This is Next Steps for Seniors with your host, Wendy Jones. Each week, Wendy brings resources and information to help guide you through those next steps with elderly parents and loved ones. You can follow, subscribe, and share on your favorite podcast platform. If you have questions or topic suggestions for Wendy, you can call us at 248-651-5010 or email at hello@nextstepsforseniors.com.
Hello and welcome to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging. My name is Wendy Jones and I'm your host. And the reason we're here today is to talk about emergency preparedness. So when you think about something happening in your life that brings you to the hospital, I want to just give you a few tips that I think will be very helpful for you. First, if you think in advance about what hospital you would like to go to if something happens. So you may or may not know this, but there are different levels of hospital. For example, a level 1 hospital is a trauma center. It's a hospital that's equipped and staffed to provide care such as major traumatic events like a car accident, a gunshot wound, anything that is substantial. That is a level 1 hospital. And you may or may not even know what level hospitals are around your home. But you actually, when the emergency vehicles come, and I do recommend calling 911 when you feel like you may be having a stroke or heart attack or any of those major symptoms, because you don't know what it is. And when you get in the car and start driving or have someone drive you and something happens on the way, it is not worth it. And it's too late at that moment. Always call 911. And when I say that, they are equipped, let me just say this, they are equipped to manage, if there's a stroke, for example, they can start care immediately when they come to you instead of waiting until you drive a loved one to the hospital. On top of that, you are the first person that goes into that hospital and you're not sitting in a line waiting in the waiting room for 3 hours, 6 hours, or 24 hours. You come in an ambulance, you are number one. And that is very important to know because a lot of people think they can just drive to the hospital. Highly recommend against that. So know what hospital you want to go to and know what levels they are and what they are good at. And you can tell the ambulance which hospital you prefer. I also recommend finding out if your doctor is at a specific hospital. Some physicians don't have privileges at some hospitals, but they are at others. And if you have, for example, a cardiologist and you want to go to a specific hospital that your cardiologist is at, as long as it's not too far away and you're not having a heart attack or a cardiac arrest, they will take you to that hospital. Otherwise, you go to the closest one that can handle your care. Next thing is be prepared when the EMS gets there. Number one, try to get that door open if you can, if you're in a situation or have a loved one that can open the door. Otherwise, they will get into your home no matter what. If they have to break that front door down, they will do it to get to you if you call 911. So I just want to make you aware of that. And if you have a pet, sounds silly, but if you have a dog that is a near and dear, your best friend, put them in the other room if you can, because our emergency personnel are not really equipped to deal with animals. They're equipped to care for you. So I just recommend that as well. And then also have your information available. So many people don't think of this, but it is so incredibly important to know what medications you're on, if there are allergies, and who your doctors are. So that the ambulance, when they come, the EMS, that will make their lives so much easier to know that information before they even begin to care for you properly. Also, in your phone, there is an emergency contact, ICE, in case of emergency, for a reason. So you can get into, and whether people know this or not, but from your homepage on your phone, if you look in the bottom corner, you'll see it says emergency. And basically what that is you can click that and get your emergency card information. And that's what people go for. And also who your people are listed in your phone as in case of emergency. And there's a little red asterisk next to you. So if you do not have that set up, I highly recommend setting that up. It's very important for any emergency situation. The last thing I want to talk about is once you get to the hospital. So it's really important when you're there, and please have a go bag. You would be shocked how many people actually have a bag in their trunk with clothes, toiletries, just things that you would need in case of an emergency. You do not know when you need to go to the hospital. And I just recommend having that bag. I have one in the back of my car right now. And if there is ever an emergency, I got a set of contacts in there. I got a set of glasses in there. Things that you would need. A phone cord is also very important. And if you're particular, like a pillow or a blanket is always great to bring with you to the hospital if you have time. That is not a necessity. Okay, so moving into your hospital stay. So it's really important, first of all, that you understand that that emergency department is going to go through and do every single test that they need to find out why you are in that hospital. And if they do not find a medically necessary reason for you to be in the hospital, you will probably be discharged. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. Alzheimer's is not a medically necessary reason to be in an emergency department. Now, if you had something specific happen in regards to that, like a fall, or if you're wandering outside down the road and somebody finds you, of course they're going to bring you to the hospital to have you checked out. But 9 times out of 10, you have to have a medically necessary reason to stay in that hospital. And you'll be in observation until they find that. And when they find that medically necessary reason, then you'll be admitted to the hospital. So these are all just really important facts and information for you to know. I do want you to know that if you stay in the hospital for 3 nights, okay, they say 3 midnights, you can then qualify for a stay in a subacute rehab, which is basically a nursing home. And sometimes there's separate nursing homes or wings that do subacute rehab, but it's basically your physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, anything that you might need to get stronger and back to baseline. So the goal is if you go to the hospital, okay, and you're over the age of 65 and you have Medicare, yes, that stay will be covered for those 3 days if you're in the hospital. And then after 3 nights, not days, nights, once, because you can't go through 2 nights and 3 days. It's got to be 3 nights if you're on straight Medicare. And you go to a rehab, then your Medicare will cover 20 days in rehab, and you will get physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy almost every day. And they want you to get as strong as you possibly can so that you can go back home. So this is information that I hope will help you if you're over the age of 65 and you end up in the hospital. This is just basic information that I think is really important to talk about before. So it's about planning ahead so you're not in a situation where you get stuck. I have a story I just want to share with you really quick. A sweet lady that needed to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, lived alone in her home, walked a little faster than she should have, unfortunately, because she had to go, and fell. And she fell in her bathroom. And just so we know, that's probably the number one place that falls happen, in the bathroom and in the shower. And what happened here is she broke her hip. And she also had some injuries. But the worst part of the story is she had no way of getting to her phone. So she laid there until the next day when her grandson came over. So it's so critically important to have an Apple Watch, to have a Guardian Medical Alert, especially if you are by yourself. If you have lost a spouse and you are alone in a home, please have these devices. And you'll say, oh, I have a cell phone. You don't have a cell phone in the middle of the night when you're walking to the bathroom. I guarantee no one is grabbing that phone. So please, we don't want any sweet senior with a broken hip laying on a floor anywhere. We want to get to you immediately and get you cared for. So I just wanted to share that with you. Extremely important to have some type of monitoring medical alert. And family members who are listening, please call your loved one every morning if they are alone. I think that would be a wise decision, because if something does happen and they don't answer the phone, you can get to them. Last thing, really quick, if you can't get to them, you can call the police department and ask for a wellness check. I have done that for seniors that I've known that are alone, that aren't answering the phone and don't have family. I have called the police and said, can you please do a wellness check? And all they'll do is knock on the door and say, I'm doing a wellness check on you. Somebody had called in and they were concerned about you. So those are just a couple quick tips. Thanks for tuning in to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging, and our goal is just to keep you safe, healthy, and to plan ahead.
This Christmas, give more than just a gift. Give encouragement, inspiration, and joy. In the Crosswalk Holiday Gift Guide, you'll discover a curated collection of meaningful books and devotionals that celebrate faith, family, and the real reason for the season. This Christmas, we invite you to share comfort, quiet, or excitement with each person on your gift list. From beautifully illustrated Bibles and devotionals to novels and picture books, this guide holds the perfect book for every reader, including yourself. So stuff those stories into stockings, wrap collections with care, tuck a book or two into your own nightstand, and join us in celebrating the wonder of reading this Christmas. Explore the Crosswalk Holiday Gift Guide and find something special for everyone on your list. Visit crosswalk.com/gift guide today.